Today on Finding Your Niche, we again talking to an elder, and what worked for me is something that I had to look at called beliefs. I was invited to a workshop here in Midrand in January this year, which spanned over 2 weekends, that dealt with beliefs. Now, when we look at the society we grew up in, we look at the family that grew us, your siblings, the extended family, and how all of that impacts your life. And I learned a lot over those 2 weekends, and I was able to put all the puzzle pieces together of why I had this pattern in my life for 27 years and how gradually over the last 5 years I've been able to at times look at the pattern but not really knowing what to do with it. But from January this year it all became much clearer, and the professor or the teacher that helped us or helped me unpack my suitcase, so to say, is again Fritz Dumini. Fritz, please share with me and our viewers out there of what your intention was in January when you presented the manifestation course. That's the name you've given to it, but when I look at it, it was about beliefs, it was about a person's makeup.
That's great.
Okay, so just share that with us.
I think the thing one has to realize is that this all starts from birth, actually, and that you are born into a specific society with a specific culture. And because as a little one you don't have the capacity to force your will, you are being led or almost forced, if you will, to accept the world around you of what is your elders, and who I call the who says. Now the who says are those that tell you what you may do, may not do, and it includes your family. When you go to school, it's the teacher. When you go to church or to the temple or whatever it is that you go to, it's the imam, the priest, the rabbi. Those tell you how life is. And what happens is they set the rules and the laws within which you have to function. And what we as little children do, we armor ourselves to be able to live in that world. But that becomes our pattern. That becomes our belief system. And it depends on how, for instance, the female is seen in the belief system and the place of the woman. And we'll follow the patterns of our parents. Like mothers, like daughters, fathers, like sons, will follow the same pattern. And very often those patterns do not suit us or serve us anymore, and they need to be broken. So what you refer to as beliefs is actually ingrained in you from an early age, and you have to be able to break out of that pattern. So the workshop is about finding out who you are and what it is that you really want in life, and be able to then work towards that by breaking the patterns and recognizing them first of all, so that you can break them and change your life.
The one thing that has helped me become a more peaceful person, a more joyful person, not that I wasn't before this, but I guess I was quite of an extreme happy or an extreme joyful, but I didn't realize why my behavior was like that. But what causes grief in me, what challenges me, if somebody said something and I became upset, that to me was the flag that I need to work on that.
Well, I think normally when we get upset because people say something, what we have to recognize is something within me
that's triggering,
that has been triggered. And it's not necessarily related to that person, but it
Definitely
reminds us of things that have happened since we were small. And it's that pattern that comes up when somebody challenges you in some way. And therefore you feel the grief and you act out in that way.
Sometimes the person might not even be directing that comment to you, but something in you triggers.
That's correct.
And that's the magic switch one should need to look at, to work on, to deal with whatever we need to deal with to heal. What each person needs to deal with.
Absolutely, because anything that you react to, you have to recognize It's something in me
And
that
where it
needs to
comes
be
from.
recognized. And where does that come from? Did I give it to myself? Is it true to me? Or is it coming from a pattern that I developed because of what was given to me?
And at all times, it does relate back to a previous event in your life,
Yes.
and there's emotion attached to it as well.
Absolutely.
So one needs to work on that. And here again, we have elders that can manage this process with you and be able to process that event that has happened, that will then allow you to change that negative into a positive and move forward. And I know for a fact is that people that have known me over the years, and when I look at my adult son who's 29 years old, he's the one warden, I'd say, in my life that will openly say, but Mom, you're different, because they are seeing a different pattern, not what they used to be because of what I was dealing with.
Exactly. What they are now seeing is the real niche, not the one that was created by circumstances.
Thank you very much again, and yes, we look forward to many more chats with you.
My pleasure.
Thank you.